Welcome back, Sinag babies! Are you ready to learn with me again? Cool! Oh, by the way, if you're new here, make sure you'll be a Sinag baby too after this video lesson. How? You'll find it out later. I'm Teacher Sinag, making things easier, clearer, and brighter for you. Welcome to my channel. Today's lesson is about adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers with or without regrouping. Let's review first the different kinds of fractions. First is similar fractions, like 1/3 and 2/3, 4/5 and 2/5. They are similar fractions because they have the same denominators. Next is dissimilar fractions, like 1/2 and 3/4, 1/5 and 1/3. They are dissimilar fractions because they have different denominators. And the last is mixed numbers, like 3 and 1/2 and 4 and 3/4, 5 and 1/3 and 6 and 2/5. They are mixed numbers because it has a whole number and a fraction combined, also called as mixed fractions. Now, let's engage in this problem. Stephen prepared lemon juice for his daughter. He mixed 1/5 cup of lemon juice and 3/5 cup of water. How many cups of liquid did he mix? To solve the problem, we need to answer these guide questions. What is being asked? Correct. The amount of liquid in a cup Stephen mixed. Next, what are the given facts? Right, 1/5 cup and 3/5 cup. Then, what operation must be used in order to get the answer? Right, addition. Now, how do we write the number sentence? Okay, 1/5 plus 3/5 equals blank. To find the sum of 1/5 and 3/5, consider these models. 1/5 plus 3/5 equals 4/5. Now, let's use these given facts again for subtracting similar fractions. 3/5 minus 1/5 equals 2/5. Addition involving fractions corresponds to combining or putting away things together, just like what you do in adding whole numbers. On the other hand, subtraction involves taking away or deducting things, just like subtraction of whole numbers. Remember this when adding or subtracting similar fractions. 1. Add or subtract the numerators. 2. Write the sum or difference over the common denominator. 3. Simplify or write the answer in lowest terms if necessary. Here are the examples. Add 5/9 plus 1/9. Step 1. Write the given. Step 2. Add the numerators and copy the common denominator. Step 3. Simplify. Write the answer in lowest terms. Step 1. Write the given. Step 2. Subtract the numerators and copy the common denominator. Step 3. Simplify. Write the answer in lowest terms. Now, let's move on to dissimilar fractions. To add or subtract the similar fractions, you have to rewrite them as similar fractions first. The sum will be represented by adding the numerators over the common denominator, while the difference will be represented by subtracting the numerators over the common denominator. Then, simplify the sum or difference if needed. I'll give you some examples also for you to understand it clearly. Add 1/2 plus 2/5. First, get the least common denominator of 2 and 5. And that would be 10. Very good. Next, let's get the equivalent fraction using this denominator of 10. So, let's begin. 10 divided by 2 equals 5 times 1 equals 5. So 1/2 is equivalent to 5/10. Next, 10 divided by 5 equals 2 times 2 equals 4. So 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10. Then we add the numerators. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Then copy the denominator of 10. So 1/2 plus 2/5 equals 9/10. Let's have another example. Subtract 9/24 minus 4/15. First, just like in adding dissimilar fractions, we also need to get the least common denominator of 24 and 15. So, the LCD of 24 and 15 is 120. Next, let's get the equivalent fraction using this denominator of 120. So let's start. 120 divided by 24 equals 5 times 9 equals 45. So 9/24 is equivalent to 45 over 120. Next, 120 divided by 15 equals 8 times 4 equals 32. So 4/15 is equivalent to 32 over 120. Then, let's subtract the numerators. 45 minus 32 equals 13. Then copy the denominator of 120. Therefore, 9/24 minus 4/15 equals 13 over 120. Seems easy now, my Sinag babies? Alright. Just remember this when adding or subtracting dissimilar fractions. 1. Determine the least common denominator or LCD. 2. Get the equivalent fractions using this denominator. 3. Add or subtract the numerators. Then, write the sum or difference over the common denominator. Then finally, number 4. Simplify or write the answer in lowest terms if possible. And finally, adding and subtracting mixed fractions. First, we must add or subtract the whole numbers, then the fractions, and express the answers in lowest terms if possible. Take a look at these examples. Add 3 and 1/4 plus 1 and 1/4. First, add the whole numbers, 3 and 1. So, 3 plus 1 equals 4. Then, add the fractions. 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2/4. Then, reduce the answer to lowest terms. 4 and 2/4 becomes 4 and 1/2. Okay, now let's try subtraction. Subtract 10 and 5/6 minus 7 and 3/8. First, subtract the whole numbers. 10 minus 7 equals 3. Then, subtract the fractions. To do that, determine the least common denominator. So, the LCD of 6 and 8 is 24. Next, get the equivalent fractions. Let's begin. 24 divided by 6 equals 4 times 5 equals 20. So, 5/6 is equivalent of 20 over 24. Next, 24 divided by 8 equals 3 times 3 equals 9. So, 3/8 is equivalent of 9 over 24. Then, subtract the numerators. 20 minus 9 equals 11. Then copy the common denominator, 24. Therefore, 10 and 5/6 minus 7 and 3/8 equals 3 and 11 over 24. Remember this when adding or subtracting mixed fractions with dissimilar fractions. 1. Rewrite the fractional parts to similar fractions using the least common denominator or LCD. 2. Regroup the similar fractions if necessary. Then, perform the indicated operation. Then the last, number 3, write the answer in lowest terms if possible. Did you get a lesson, my Sinag babies? Are you now ready to add and subtract fractions? Great! 'Cause it's assessment time. Ready? Timer starts now. Time to check your work. Did you get it right? Awesome! Sinag babies are fast learners. Now, you can already claim my tagline as Sinag babies. Follow me with the simple steps. Give a pat on your shoulders, spread your arms and fingers like a ray of light, and hit it with a whoa! And say, Sinag baby! If you need more exercises to test your ability, you can use your 21st Century Mathlit 6 textbook and do the math challenge on page 15. That's for today, my Sinag babies. See you again on my next video lesson. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified and updated with my upcoming videos. I'm your teacher Sinag, reminding you to be positive and grateful always. Stay home, stay safe. God bless. Bye!